Hello and welcome everyone back to another Calendar Crypto video. Hope you guys are doing well, and today we have a banger video where we're going to be proving why Ricard Heart is an innocent man. And I'll show you guys why the true criminals are the people who are actually running behind the scenes the corrupt systems. This will be a special video as it is just over an hour away from 2025. I wanted to spend that time with you guys because you guys are amazing. I appreciate every single person watching the video, whether if you've never liked one of my videos or you commented before. Thank you very much. Join my Telegram, be part of the conversation, guys. 2025 is going to be an amazing year. I feel it. God willingly, we are all going to make it. And yeah, so we're going to be reviewing. It's going to be a long, relatively long video. We're going to be reviewing this community-made website, which is very bullish, called truthbehindricardheart.com. I'll leave that link in the description. That's what I'm going to go through. That's when I'm going to spend the last minutes of 2024. And I wanted to share it with you guys so that you guys understand the full truth behind Ricard Heart, behind PulseChain as you go into 2025, because there is a lot of room for growth. I'm telling you guys, the fact that we will expect an answer or a reply back from the Judge Carroll, who's dealing with the SEC case right now, I'm very confident it's going to be a dismissal. And I fear that by the time that we get that dismissal, it will be too late. You're not longer going to be fighting for the front row seats that are available right now with these prices that we are in. You're going to be fighting for whatever seat is available, guys. I imagine that these centralized exchanges are gatekeeping. They're not enlisting PulseChain. I even think that Maxi probably unlisted Pulse and Hex, not because of the fact that it had low volume, but probably because of the news like this, where now they've bent the knee, or they're afraid to go against the system, etc. Same reason why Uniswap disabled Hex buying and selling through their DEX, which is crazy. And honestly, guys, they're the farthest away from being a DEX right now. They're almost damn near centralized exchange at this point. But without further ado, we're going to be uncovering the corruption, the lies behind Ricard Heart, against him, and of course against blockchain, which is an attack on your First Amendment, the freedom of speech. We believe that code is speech. We believe that we are actually communicating through the blockchain. So let's get started. Uncovering corruption. Contrary to popular belief, Interpol is not an international police force that chases criminals around the world. The main role is to serve as kind of an international bulletin board. After 9/11, Interpol became a tool for governments around the globe. But autocratic nations like Russia, Turkey, and China have abused that system to track down political dissidents. This is the story of Interpol's system error, and then they link a video that suggests everyone to watch. It's a 20-minute video. Authoritarianism is growing in the world. Democracy is in decline. Did you just say that guy got arrested on a red notice for vandalism? You're kidding, right? If any citizen abused their local police department like this, they would have a mountain of false reporting charges and be looking at a lot of jail time. It's pretty ridiculous that serious consequences weren't implemented. It makes the police force responsible for getting the most serious criminals appear at the same time toothless and whipped by governments who abuse the rule of law. In a world where the powerful are often shielded from accountability, it's crucial to stand up for justice and truth, especially when an innocent individual is unfairly targeted by powerful institutions. The case of Ricard Heart, a visionary in the cryptocurrency world, has become a symbol of corruption, abuse of power, and institutional bias. This is not just about one man, it's about exposing the truth behind the corrupt practices of Interpol and the SEC, and standing up for the innocent in the face of a broken system. Ricard Heart, an innocent man. Look, at times Ricard is arrogant and can have a sketchy vibe, but those of us who have been around forever know this is not true at all. I encourage you to watch the earliest videos on his YouTube channel to see what he is really about. Ricard Heart started his career at a very young age when he established an at-home car stereo business. The early entrepreneurial kickstart allowed Hart to explore more business options, which resulted him in starting a shopping cart platform and an air conditioner business, to name a few. For a brief period, he also did a job as a newspaper salesman, which was a learning experience for him. Later, Hart also established a mortgage company conducting pay-per-click management and working on search engine optimization. This was one of the most successful companies that he ran. Under the leadership of Hart, his company made profits of 60 million per year, which retired him at the age of 25. After retiring, Hart came across Bitcoin via Reddit, which motivated him to share his expertise, resulting in the foundation of Hex. Which, fun fact by the way, Hex, before it launched, they were planning on naming it Bitcoin Hex, the first blockchain certificate of deposit. Since its inception, Hex has gained recognition for monetizing the time value of money in a unique way that is customer-centric and eradicates the necessity of a middle party. Isn't it wild how people like Michael Saylor, Sam Bankman, etc. have all been worshipped like crypto gods while Richard Heart gets demonized? Let's set the record straight. Michael Saylor, alleged to have some serious issues with drugs and criminal charges in the past, yet he's still seen as a responsible investor. Richard Heart teaches long-term mindset, responsibility, and staying drug-free. But somehow he's painted as the villain. Meanwhile, Richard called out scams before they rugged and has consistently been on the side of the innovation and truth. Don't fall for the hype. Richard Hart's vision is clear and his integrity speaks louder than the noise. Richard Hart has dedicated his life to teaching others, advancing blockchain technology and creating innovations like PulseChain. And he delivered, guys, from the sacrifice. You can think about it. He delivered on what he said. That's the crazy part. On PulseChain that have the potential to revolutionize the financial world. Yet, despite his achievements, he's become the target of a baseless smear campaign with accusations of serious assault, a crime he did not commit. So here's the alibi. During the time of the alleged incident, which is the 16-year-old assault, Richard Hart was live streaming with a solid alibi that disproves any involvement in the accusations. There is no evidence, there is no witnesses, and no credible proof supporting the claims made against him. And a campaign of lies, the accusations against Richard Hart are fabricated, designed to tarnish his reputation and discredit him. This is not the first time powerful individuals or entities have used false allegations to suppress truth. The Interpol Red Notice issued against Richard Hart is a direct example of this. Richard Hart has raised 27 million for charity, and that's exactly to the SENS Research Foundation. Richard Hart has made an enormous amount of people life-changing money. Absolutely. With Hex, the original Hex on Ethereum, he minted thousands of millionaires, and I've met some of them in real life. Richard Hart has authored a free self-help book that contains uncommon, summarized powerful knowledge covering many subjects in one place. I know it's one of them is the Sci-Vibe, the other one is I forgot the name of it, but let me know if you guys want me to make a review of that book. That would be actually kind of interesting. Richard has made one of the most decentralized peer-to-peer blockchains with no counterparty risk, middleman, or KYC. So that's Know Your Consumer. We are one of the most trustless, flawless blockchain operations in the world. Richard has educated the vast majority of his followers in a way that no other crypto influencers have. He has taught them the fundamental principle reasons why crypto was invented and how to avoid making cybersecurity mistakes, as well as avoiding middleman scam exchanges. Absolutely. I've learned a lot, by the way, from Richard Hart's previous live streams, from learning about Ethereum, talking about how, what motivated him to really create his own blockchain instead of Ethereum, because, stuff like the S-load got spiked up, which he really didn't like. That kind of led to the Hex staking prices costing too much for his own people. So this is probably one of the reasons why, because the gas fees on Ethereum is way too expensive. And as well, same thing with Bitcoin. I learned a lot about Bitcoin. It actually had 2 inflation bugs. That's something I didn't know. He also said about how 0.1% of miners, that are basically 50 miners, has 50, or they have 50% of the mining capacity. That is, guys, on paper, that is high risk of a 51% attack. Now, I don't think it's going to happen on Bitcoin, but, that is something that a lot of us probably didn't even know. So next section, Interpol weaponizing power. Interpol, which should serve as a neutral and trusted international policing agency, has instead become a tool for political agendas. Their abuse of power. The Red Notice system, originally intended for international crime fugitives, has been manipulated to target individuals like Ricard Heart. Interpol's lack of oversight, a small staff of only 1,000 people, and inadequate funding have created an environment ripe for abuse. Corruption within Interpol. With allegations of bribery and bias towards powerful nations, Interpol has lost its credibility. The case of Meng Hongwei, former Interpol president, was arrested on charges of bribery, which shows how corruption can seep into the very fabric of this organization, casting doubt on its fairness and integrity. Ricard Heart is simply the latest victim of the system. The SEC protecting the status quo. Just as Interpol has been weaponized, so too has the US Securities and Exchange Commission. For years, the SEC has targeted innovative leaders like Ricard Heart under the guise of regulation. But in reality, it's about suppressing disruptive ideas that challenge the establishment. A history of the overreach. The SEC has been criticized for its actions against companies and individuals pushing for progress in the cryptocurrency space. And by the way, I believe this all started from 2020. They've used intimidation and unfounded charges as tools to stifle competition and protect traditional financial institutions. Ricard Hart's PulseChain is one of the latest casualties of this overreach. Corruption and bias. The SEC has long been accused of being biased and influenced by the major financial players, with Gary Gensler being at the center of the allegations. Rather than protecting investors, the SEC is protecting entrenched interests and creating an uneven playing field for innovators like Ricard Heart. The real crime, a corrupt system. The real crime here isn't Ricard Hart's alleged actions. It's the way Interpol and the SEC are being used as tools of corruption by powerful governments and financial elites. They target the innocent, tarnish reputations, and protect the interest of the powerful, all while silencing the voices of change, targeting innovation. Both Interpol and the SEC are working in tandem to block progress in decentralized finance and blockchain innovation. By attacking figures like Ricard Heart, they aim to maintain control and prevent disruptive technologies that could shift power away from the traditional financial system. The PulseChain community. Ricard Heart has built a loyal and dedicated community of supporters who believe in his vision for a better, more inclusive financial future. We stand with Ricard Heart and we stand for justice. Why now? Governments like Finland's facing record debt levels are looking for ways to profit from the growing influence of blockchain technologies. They are targeting wealthy individuals like Ricard Heart to extort funds and maintain control. This is our opportunity to expose the truth, to defend the innocent, and to hold these corrupt institutions accountable. Together, we can stand up for justice and demand that Interpol and the SEC stop using their power to crush the voices of those who dare to challenge the status quo. Join us. Defend Ricard Heart. Expose the corruption. We need your help to spread the truth. Share the story. Spread awareness and support the fight against corruption. The PulseChain community is growing stronger every day, and together we can ensure that Ricard Hart's innocence is recognized, that Interpol's abuse of power is stopped, and the SEC's corruption is exposed to the world. The battle of truth starts now. Let's fight for justice, for innovation, and for a future where integrity prevails. Ooh, that's sick, man. I love this. And by the way, this website is actually created behind this token, which is called Most Wanted. This is I think it's actually more than a meme coin. I think it's now in that mission coin type of level where, imagine an event where we get the dismissal of the SEC case, which I think is inevitable. These tokens are going to be overexposed to the appreciation of that. So again, if you want to bet on the SEC case being dismissed, this is the token to be in. Not financial advice, obviously, but I just do want to let you guys know that I did check the contract. It does look, everything's clean. There's not even an ownership. This is a token minting from GoPulse. You can see here the contract has been burnt. I did check it on the 369, the liquidity. I mean, at the same time, the only thing that I do want to be transparent with you guys, that the dev behind this is owning 86.5% of the supply as an OA holding just to prove that, hey, we are a trusted community, etc. But who is a dev that you ask, why should I trust someone who's holding this much of the supply? This is where I tell you one of the devs of this is Benny Blanco, or at least specifically the person who's holding this amount of the supply is Benny Blanco, one of the earliest OGs in Hex, ladies and gentlemen, one of the first 50 people who were in the group chat with Ricard Heart almost a year before Hex actually launched. So Benny Blanco, go look him up, do your own due diligence before you jump into this. This is a beautiful looking chart. Even people like Shill Gates talked about this, a lot of people. So it's actually a true pleasure to be reviewing this website. And honestly, it's full of bullish stuff, guys. I feel like this is great timing for people like you and I to really uncover the truth, fill our gaps with our knowledge about who Ricard Heart is he really innocent, and all these baseless accusations about the assault, etc. here and there. So without further ado, let's carry on. Ricky, most wanted. Most memes on PulseChain don't add any real value to Ricard Heart ecosystem. There are two ways to bring real benefits. Physical utility. This creates real buy pressure for the Ricard Heart core tokens. Unfortunately, memes don't contribute to this. Psychology/narrative. This is about sparking a social avalanche, raising awareness and creating intellectual engagement. I like that. That's really good. Right now, we have the strongest narrative, number 2, on the entire chain by far. So what is number 1? Is it PDAI? Or the Ricard Heart core tokens, I guess, right? So here's the deal. Sell off all your meme coins and buy Ricky. Our meme is the one with the most potential. If it goes viral, it will actually bring real value. It's better for PulseChain to have one massively successful meme than thousands of random ones. Now, guys, I'm going to say, before we continue reading, I don't suggest you sell off all your memes. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's up to your choice, really, but I'm holding my teddy bear. I'm holding my PTC. I'm holding, a few other stuff like Atropa, one of the best mission tokens. And again, I think Ricky is now in that mission token level. But yeah, FOMO drives price appreciation, and price appreciation drives FOMO. FOMO is attention on the website that exposes the corrupt Interpol and SEC. Do you want to bring awareness to the corruption? Then the website needs to become more popular. Think about it. Most of your airdropped coins or other memes are sitting there, doing nothing, with no real future. Sell them for Ricky, and let's bring attention to something that truly matters. Ricky is a token inspired by Ricard Heart's recent Interpol drama, designed to bring humor and fun to the crypto space, aiming to onboard even strangers from other blockchains so they see we Hexicans don't give a flying F about the Ricard FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Ricky pokes fun at the situation while building a vibrant community on chain. Ricky is now the most wanted by Interpol. Ricky is a big fat FU to the Interpol and the SEC. We seek to clear Ricard Heart's name and get rich by doing it. Join the most wanted list to clear Ricky's name and drop the next 10,000x on these plebs. Let's spread the laughter. Join us on Ricky. I think this is their Twitter, which, by the way, we have it right here. They follow me, so big shout out to them. I'm going to follow them back, and I think you guys should do it as well. Already up 100,000% in 3 days. We are listed on Petia's. Be part of the most entertaining crypto project we ever had on PulseChain. Ricky was founded by Benny Blanco from the Bronx, a well-known Hex OG who is the OA of Ricky, or origin address. This website was created by Mushroom Zulu. I have been in Hex since a year before Hex launch. I was in the Telegram chat when it was called Bitcoin Hex. I arguably aided in the ideation of certain variables of the creation of Hex. Here's a contract address, here's a deck screener link, here's a Telegram for their group chat. Liquidity burnt, founders well known in the community, very early with low market cap. Unlock unprecedented growth with PulseChain and power of memes. In today's rapidly evolving cryptocurrency landscape, traditional growth strategies are no longer enough. To truly capture the imagination of the crypto community and drive massive adoption, we need to harness the power of social influence, fear of missing out, and market momentum. That's where PulseChain comes in, the blockchain that provides the perfect foundation for the next wave of meme-based growth. Why memes work, the secret to viral growth. Memes are more than just jokes. They represent a unique cultural force. With the right combination of humor, social proof, and mass participation, memes can skyrocket in value. People invest in them not just because they believe in the tech, but because they feel the social pressure to be part of the hype. This creates massive, organic growth, the type that transforms small projects into household names. But this isn't just about pumping a meme. It's about leveraging the collective power of PulseChain's ecosystem and a group of early investors and influencers to create self-sustaining growth loop and to bring awareness to international corruption, as well as Ricard Heart's innocence. The PulseChain advantage, a perfect launchpad for meme-based growth. PulseChain is uniquely positioned to be the blockchain of choice for meme coins and projects looking to scale. Here's why. Scalability and speed. PulseChain offers fast and cheap transactions, making it ideal for meme-driven projects where high volume, small value trades are common. This ensures that investors can trade without worrying about excessive gas fees, keeping the community engaged and active, and keeps your profit margins great. Community-driven ecosystem. PulseChain was built with the community in mind. With the help of early adopters and supporters, PulseChain has the potential to accelerate the meme coin movement in ways that other blockchains simply can't. By aligning with PulseChain, we're tapping into a blockchain that thrives on grassroots support, maximizing network effect. By creating a meme token on PulseChain, we're not only leveraging its scalability, but also creating a unique opportunity to drive mass adoption of PulseChain itself. As more people invest in the meme, they'll also become familiar with PulseChain's capabilities, driving more users and developers to the ecosystem. How we can drive massive growth together. We are on the precipice of creating something truly game-changing, a meme that doesn't just serve its own community, but also catalyzes the widespread adoption of PulseChain. Here's how. Early investment and market making. Our group of OG investors and market makers will create the liquidity necessary to make this meme coin successful by ensuring there's enough buy-side pressure and market depth. We'll create a thriving ecosystem that attracts new participants, harnessing FOMO for exponential growth. FOMO is the engine that drives viral adoption. We'll leverage social influence and strategically timed announcements to make the meme irreversible. As FOMO spreads, the price and popularity of meme will rise, bringing new investors and users into PulseChain. Create exit liquidity. By growing the meme coin's market cap and attracting more liquidity, we'll ensure that those who got in early have an exit strategy. With more people buying in, those early adopters will be able to capitalize on their positions while also ensuring the meme's growth continues. This will not only reward the early supporters, but also ensure the meme remains viable long term. Shifting narrative to drive PulseChain adoption. As the meme grows, we can use our influence to direct traffic towards PulseChain. We will become influencers who shape the narrative and shift the conversation in favor of PulseChain. When the meme reaches critical mass, we can start telling our community about the true benefits of PulseChain, driving new users and projects to the blockchain. The bottom line: growth, profit, PulseChain adoption, and clearing Ricard Heart's name. This isn't just about short-term gains. It's about creating long-term value for the entire PulseChain ecosystem. By leveraging the power of social cascades and PulseChain scalability, we have the chance to build something massive. Not only will we drive significant growth for Ricky, but we'll also accelerate PulseChain's adoption as the blockchain that fuels the next wave of viral success. Now's the time to get involved. Together, we can create a market-moving meme, exploding PulseChain's user base and profit from social cascade that will define the next chapter of the crypto revolution. Join us in our quest to bring truth to light and stand against corruption. We are dedicated to upholding integrity and trust in the crypto space. And of course, the final disclaimer, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. The content provided on this page is for informational purposes only and should not be constructed as financial investment or trading advice. Cryptocurrency investments carry a high level of risk, and you should carefully consider your financial situation and consult with a professional advisor before making any investment decisions. Always do your own research before making any financial commitments. Guys, wow, 10 out of 10 websites. What a crazy article, blog, whatever you call it. This is huge. Honestly, gave me an insight on how the Interpol really are corrupt and how the attack on Ricard Heart is really baseless, guys. Okay, and I think it really does go back to the whole thing of, hey, we're going to protect the status quo. They want to keep people in that 9-to-5 rat race. Believe it or not, they're going to work this hard to keep that way. They dislike the fact there's, instruments that, like crypto, that provides tools to make money in a smart way so that you can make generational wealth, so you can buy back time, so you can enjoy what the world has to offer. Praise God. Time is the only currency that doesn't inflate, but they want you to stay working your 9-to-5 until you retire, which is 65. In some countries, it's 70. It's slowly going up, actually. They're also inflating the year of retirement. This is crazy. So guys, honestly, crypto is the only solution. It's way better than the stock market. It's full of dilution, insider trading. They even call retail investors like you and I, in the stock market, dumb money. It's absolutely crazy. The story behind GameStop was actually very cool. But we are here in Pulsechain, guys. Honestly, the best place to be in crypto. Position yourself ready in the altcoin season that's coming in 2025. Guys, it's around 30 minutes to 2025, and I've spent it here with you guys. What a special moment, honestly. I hope this helped in showing how Ricard Heart is actually an innocent man. I need to really consider the fact, number one, this is an attack on blockchain. Okay, this will affect the rest of crypto. So the fact that we need this win is a win for all of crypto. Okay, so there's that, and I'll tell you, you want to be in Pulsechain before the news spread out, before Pulsechain goes mainstream, because by then the prices will be way too high and it'll be too late. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you in the next one. That has been my review on Ricky, most wanted. Is it going to be one of the best meme coins on Pulsechain? I don't know, but of course, guys, my final advice: do not sell your core bags, any other meme coins that you're holding with high confidence. Always bring in new capital to jump into other coins like this, because you don't want to reset your risk variable. Plus, we already know the PTGC, Teddy Bar are really great. Same thing with Atropa, a mission coin. Most wanted would be an addition to that mission coin list, possibly very high up there as well. So we'll see what time will tell. But in any case, we will see what 2025 have in store for us. I'm really excited. Let me know what you think of most wanted down in the comments below. Share this video with your crypto bros, anyone who's new or on the fence on joining Pulsechain. This is a great video to get them to understand that Ricard Heart is an innocent man. Ricard Heart actually cares about people like you and I. He wants to mint 1 million millionaires. He cares about the community. One of his greatest achievements and the best things is not the fact that he created Pulsechain, it's actually the community that he made. He mentioned that in another live stream as well. So listen, guys, I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and take care. Bye-bye.